welcome to the Miami Dolphins Post Game Show on the Finstock Sports Network. I'm your host, Bobby Finstock, joined by the one and only Evan Posner of the Fins bandwagon. Not very bandwagon right now. You got JPF Scout of Digging in the Trenches and the Dolphins Daily every morning. And of course, the host of the Dolphins Daily, the co-host of, some people bother me during a live show, of Real Talk Finstock, the one and only Rob, who has DolphinsThirsty.com. If you're thirsty for Dolphins content, go see Rob on DolphinsThirsty.com.
Yep.
Let's start off with Rob, since he's our guest today. It's his first time here. Rob, Dolphins,
welcome.
5-game win streak is snapped. The 49ers the defense cools down the Dolphins offense. How are you feeling right now after no, Evan, quiet. Wait for you. I know you're invited.
I said nothing.
I know you are. Don't show facial emotions. I want you to hold it, pal. All right, no, it's okay. All right, Rob, how you feeling, brother? What do you think about that win or that loss? Excuse me.
Yeah, it was a bad loss, but it's like I'm already in the mentality like on to the Chargers. They have, because they were just off. Before we're comfortable on their couch, boom, 75-yard touchdown pass. The old 49er running. I was like, man, I can't even know Shorefield could run that fast. And then, I couldn't believe he took it to the house, and I'm thinking we're doing great. And then basically the game went downhill after the first play. And as much as they're going to say, we pick on Tua and he being off, which he was. He was off for most of the game. He just wasn't on target.
Well, that's fair. Yeah.
It'd help if the receivers would catch some of the passes that he throws them.
Normally he would throw perfectly, and it was just like,
I know
some people are blaming. Some people are
blaming
Wilson.
I know.
Most people are blaming Wilson more for the drop. That was on Tua, man. If he hits him in stride there, that's a touchdown.
Absolutely.
And Wilson had to turn around and try to catch the running back Wilson. And it's just, I just thought he was just a little bit off. And I don't know if that the whole week of being pumped to play the 49ers to show his coach that, hey, let's beat your old team, that got some in there, because he just seemed he was throwing high. He missed Waddle a couple of times. But as much as all that, I was kind of disappointed in defense not being able to stop the Niners. You knew they were going to try to run some. They should have been able to stop the Niners. That's their third-string quarterback. And, we were making him look like elite to throwing across the middle of the field sometimes. And it was frustrating. And there was some missed tackling, which Justin, you had talked about. There was a few times that we had them like boxed up and we let them get away for first downs and stuff. And it was just very frustrating. Anyway, I know that was my quick rant to start. You can come back.
That's okay. Hey, that's good. The guys here, this is all emotion. So please, I just know that they'll disagree and all that, but no hurt feelings. This is what we do.
I know that.
So I'm gonna roll it on to JPF Scout, Justin, your co-host during the week, because I know he's biting at the bit as well. Go ahead, Justin, man. What you think of this game and what Rob has to say?
Going into this game, I think everybody had some expectations that they should have maybe thought about realistically, even myself. The score I had for the game was 18-17. Did I pick a blowout? Did I pick some barn burner?
No, you didn't.
A damn good football team. Did I tell you it was going to be grimy? Did I say it was going to be hard? Yeah, I was right. We started the game off exactly the way I wanted to start the game off. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. I think Teron Armstead means a whole lot more to the team than anybody can realize. Yeah. Not only are you losing your anchor, but you're losing your captain of your whole offensive line. No one seemed to – they actually didn't do too bad. But just like me and Mr. Brown talked about, they didn't have a very good plan for Bosa. It got to Shell. It determined some of the outcome of the football game. But I'll be honest, Rob was onto something right there. Tua looked a little off today. I'll give you that. That pass to Wilson was the one pass I was like, that one was on Tua. The tipped pass for the interception, that one was on Tua. It was behind his receiver, behind his intended target. But I will tell you this right now. I saw Jalen Waddle drop like 3 passes. Okay. I seen Wilson drop a pass. I seen Sherfield drop a pass. I seen Alec Ingle drop 2 passes. I seen almost double-digit drop passes. If you catch 4 of those, this might be a little bit higher of a score. Probably doesn't win us the game. But the wheels fell off to the end there. Thompson came in and threw a pick. Tua had credited for 3 of the turnovers. One of them he got bent over like a pretzel, coughed up the ball. Another one, the guy fell down, Wilson, in the middle of his route. Tua's already thrown that football. That's not on Tua right there. I'm sorry. The dude fell down. That's just what happens in football. All right. Here, I'll point out one key stat to you that's a telltale sign of the game. They were 0 for 7 on third downs. 0 for 7. You didn't complete one fucking third down, dude. Not one. That costs you games right there, bro. As a coach right there, you see how pissed off Mike McDaniels was when they had that call that didn't go his way? There were some calls in that game I really didn't call for. I didn't care for at all. Okay?
What's up, Steve?
What's up, Steve?
What's Steve doing?
Steve, man. Steve's awesome. I love Steve. But that Sherfield catch where he had his hands underneath the ball and it barely moved just because he got hit forward, that's a catch, bro. In my book, all day long. Okay, the Gesicki one on the sideline where he against his head, I knew that was going to get called incomplete, bro, from the get-go. But there were some calls in the game I honestly didn't like very much. The pass interference, some of the pass interference calls I thought were ticky-tacky. There's a lot of stuff going on.
The tripping call was awful.
Oh, that was terrible. Did you notice on that tripping call too? He was literally attached to the dude. It was terrible. He was attached to the dude's leg, dude. Ingram was attached to the tackle's leg. It's not tripping. They were just caught up on one another, man. Yep. I felt that they got a lot of home cooking. We got off to a great start, though. Honestly, I thought we fought tough for having not our anchor in there. It's a rough one. We took it on the chin. But it really wasn't as bad as people were making it out to be, bro. Like, I had some company over, man. Dude was just going in on Tua. It's all Tua, and Tua sucks, basically. And I'm like, nah. He isn't saying that, but he was saying Tua was off a little bit. You know?
It kind of had to fill the Jets game. It got out of hand in the end to make the score.
It did. The wheels came off, but Skylar Thompson was in, man. That's garbage time. That don't count, in my opinion.
Well, he was hurt. Tua got hurt. His ankle got hurt. That's why he was out.
Oh, yeah. Your quarterback gets hurt.
I thought he was pulled because of the game, but no, he got injured. Really? So I think he'll be all right, but that's what they said, that Adam Schefter said.
That's even worse. That's even worse, man. It's even worse because now that puts you in a spot to where you can't protect your quarterback. We knew this going into the game. They lost that game when they got off the bus. That's my opinion.
Justin always coming in with those hot takes.
I'm dying to hear Evan. He's looking up into
I know space. Evan is kumbaya. He is just sitting there, and I just have this is my thing. You look at him, and he looks perfectly calm, but it's like a volcano. It's simmering, and it's a boom.
One more thing, and I'll be quiet. But I don't know how I don't even know how you managed to be in that football game when you turned the ball over 4 times. And you lost 30. You lost 33-17, and you were actually in the football game down to the end where you pulled 2 out. So that's how it happened. You've turned the ball over 4 times, and you had no left tackle. Not making excuses for the team. They lost. They took one on the chin today. But I didn't expect us to win this football game anyway. Why did I pick it 18-17? That's why. I mean, that's realistic.
All right, Evan. Come on, Evan.
All right, Evan. You've been sitting idly by. I know you know, I'm not going to lie to you. I almost texted you and said, hey, brother, if you just need to take the day off, you can. But you said whatever, so I was like, all right, he's coming on. So I know you are the driver of the bandwagon. You like to try to keep it positive. Only on the post-game show do you let out some hate. But let's hear it from you, man. I know it's a knock on the chin. How are you feeling?
Joy to the world. Okay. Most positive thing I'm going to say tonight. The most positive thing I'm going to say tonight is congratulations, Tua. You are still undefeated in games that you start and that you finish because Skylar Thompson came into the game. And congratulations to it. You're still 8-0 if you finish and when you start. That's my positive for the night. Okay?
That's awesome.
That's awesome. My thought for the day, okay?
What's up, Niner gang? Thank you for tuning in. Congratulations on your win. We appreciate it.
I'll give you guys
that was a good game.
What this game felt like to me. I'll give you 2 scenarios.
Purdy, he killed us.
Back around July, I had a conversation with Bobby Melendez about doing my own show. And I was nervous. I wanted to impress him. I didn't want to disappoint him. He was growing the network. And that is, and I was nervous about it. And because it was the first time I would be doing my own show, etc. That is exactly what happened with Tua today. He wanted to prove that the person who gave him the shot to succeed, who said, I believe in you. He went into that game, and after that first play, which I think was just a fluke, he became tight with the football. And he couldn't get out of his own way the rest of the game. Every throw that he made looked forced and did not look comfortable. I'm sorry. With Tyreek Hill behind him, you'll disagree. Even the last throw against Gesicki on that 4th and 2, he even admitted, even to it, that ball placement was awful. It was an awful ball placement where he threw it on that 4th and 2. Tua looked off the entire game. He did not feel comfortable because he was trying to prove himself. He was trying to prove himself, okay? I love Tua. I'm not off the Tua train, but today was a game where, and Bobby will understand this, it didn't have sheds of the Tennessee.
Oh, of course he will.
But no, he's a big game player. But for some reason, because we all talked about in the previous games who he has played, the teams he's played, the opportunity for him to know the talking heads and everyone around was watching him. This is the 3-game gauntlet for him to show, is he an MVP candidate or is he just a quarterback that's in his 3rd year who's going to continue to grow as a quarterback? And what he showed today was that he is just a quarterback that is still growing, because when it comes to the important moments of the game, he could not succeed. And he still needed the people around him to be successful. So he was missing Armstead. Armstead, for me, wasn't the offensive line was not the reason why Tua had a struggle, because you want to know what? Most of those throws that were dropped, or most of the throws where he overthrew a player, he had plenty of time to throw that football. It had nothing to do with the offensive line. Okay? So I just want to tell you, who are you calling?
911. I want to report. I think he's been held up. Are you hostage?
Yeah, no doubt.
Blink twice. Are you okay?
No,
Hello.
I'm good.
Hello.
I'm good.
Something's wrong with this guy.
I'm good. So I just want to tell you all that for me too, the only thing for me that makes me a little bit nervous about next week onto the Chargers, which we'll talk about after, is fact that this was Tua's opportunity, because I think in his head he overthought the game to prove it to McDaniel. Had it been the Chargers game first, I think it would have been a bit different story. But because it was McDaniel, because it was a strong team, because it was the number 1 defense, because he had all these emotions going on, it was the first big game of his season. If you think about it, since his injury and since he came back and the 5-game winning streak, and this team is full of streaks, he showed today that he even admitted, which I love, someone did the best thing where you compare him to Zach Wilson. He knows he had an awful game. He knew he had an awful game, and he'll know that he cost himself the football game. The only thing I will take out of this as a bandwagoner, though, and we'll go into the stats a little bit later, is that Tua does better when people are ripping him. Because people have been saying great things about him for the last week or for the last couple of weeks, he got a little too big for his britches. Now, because people are going to be ripping him tomorrow, go look at the talking heads of Skip Bayless.
They're going to be ripping him.
They're going to rip him to shreds. And by the way,
they already have been.
I know, exactly. Yeah. I'm a Tua guy. Bobby knows this. The reason we lost this football game, on the grand scheme of everything, we don't have an ace defense. We don't have an elite defense like we did last year. Our defense is not going to win us football games. We'll talk about the defense a little bit. Tua and the offense, not just Tua, but Tua and the offense is the reason why we lost this football game. Point final. That is what happened. The offense is allowed to have a bad game. The only person who did not have a bad game was Tyreek Hill on the offense. The guy still had 146 yards, and he did his job. Tua knows that he cost us this football game. It's allowed to happen. Bobby talks about consistency. He was inconsistent today, and you knew it from the jump. You knew the moment he threw the ball, he was in the jump, and that other things had to happen. But the overall offense didn't help him. The fact that the running game still can't get figured out. The fact that the blocking was not great when he did get hit. The fact that the offensive line, Bosa did get to eat a little bit at one point during the game. The fact that there were drop balls. The fact that they're not using Gesicki properly. The fact that there was bad ball placement. The fact that the 0-7, I don't actually blame that only on Tua. I blame that on the play calling.
Yeah, there you go. Bingo.
The offensive play calling of the overall game. The defense did what it could, and the defense, the way this defense has been playing this season, is that the defense is a bend, not break. But the offense has to keep up, and the offense has been keeping up the last 5 weeks in Detroit, in Chicago. Here, the offense couldn't keep up with the defense. Was open for the offense to give them a stop. And let's talk about the defense. I don't care what anybody says. Pay Christian Wilkins tomorrow. That guy, how many defensive linemen do you see having running 20 yards down the field to make
Facts.
The guy is phenomenal.
Yeah, he's
Even
great.
Baker had a decent game, but you want to know what?
He played well.
You know who the worst defender today? I don't care. Rowe's not supposed to be there.
Eric Rowe sucked today, man.
You know whose worst game it was? I thought it was. I said on the bandwagon that it was going to be his best.
Tua
game.
ain't shit.
All right, Ricky Bobby, thank you for tuning in, dickhead. No, just kidding.
Tua's not have a bad game.
Love
You're
you,
going to be surprised by what I'm about to say. The most disappointing player for me as an overall, besides Tua, because Tua just had a bad game, he's allowed to have a bad game. The person I'm most disappointed in is Bradley Chubb. The reason why I'm disappointed in Bradley Chubb is because you don't take, as a leader of this team, you're 14, you don't take a stupid 15-yard penalty the way that he took it. You don't, honestly, and no offense to the defense, how many people does it take down to take Deebo Samuel? You know what the epitome of the game?
He's tough to bring down, bro.
No, but not even that. How do you have 6 guys on Deebo on a loss of 20, which would have converted, would have put him out of field goal range, and then he's able to get a loss of 5 and they kick the field goal? That was for me like this. That was the nail in the coffin for me in the game about how bad Tua was playing and how bad the offense was. The defense showed they did not have it either today, and they really need the offense to keep them in it because of how they that play.
Hold up, real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to talk about running the football, bro? You can't run the football when you only have 8 rushing attempts the whole damn game. They had 34 rushing. They had 34. I don't care. Run the football.
The offense was
we talked about this before that you needed to run. Okay, not only did you get killed there and you lost in the third down conversions because you got 0, but you got they had the ball the whole damn game. They had the ball for 40 minutes, bro, and you had the ball for 19 minutes. It's just ridiculous. They got the defensive touchdown that we needed. Okay, but I mean, don't say we weren't in the game. And I know you're like Tua was off. Tua didn't have his best game. Tua didn't. I know. I'm just trying to tell you. I don't want to hear no one say we didn't because we were. Because I knew we were going to get on here and everyone's going to be crying about that we lost and we lost.
Crying.
Terrible game and the whole season's over.
Justin,
come on.
And Evan,
I know me and you talked.
If you tuned in. Yeah, Evan, I don't know if you tuned in for the whole Fitz talk today. I know you were dealing with a lot. You were at the beginning.
I was there, but I was still trolling.
I know you were, brother. But I didn't see you the whole time. But JPF and I talked, and I know Dolphins Thirsty tunes in all the time. And Ricky Bobby, man, I appreciate you for tuning in, despite you being a troll. We appreciate you. Wayne Gate has a lot to say, I know. And Chris, always great to see you. And Steve says I'm crying. But listen, your face. This is why.
Are you surprised by what I said, though?
I am surprised, but I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You're growing.
Thank you.
Thank you. But I'll say this. Listen, look.
I'm not proud of you at all.
Listen. I will say, listen.
Is Rob proud of me?
Can I just say a little bit? There was a lot of wrong conversation.
Yeah.
There was a lot of conversation that people were going the wrong direction. Justin was right on the money yesterday with his points. I thought, I tried to point at numbers. Fish Tank was saying, they're the number 1 defense only because of stats or whatever. People were talking about Jemby Garoppolo.
Boy, let's not overreact there.
Ralphie boy,
He's already He's already overreacting. He's saying he would never see a Super Bowl.
God bless you, Ralph. Don't say
that. Might be true. But I feel that.
First of all, can I just finish my point? Because this is my point for Ralph. Who obviously everybody knows I love Dealey. That's my
Ralphie boy.
And for fans who are going crazy right now. I said yesterday, the Dolphins, I predicted they were going to lose 24-21. I thought this was going to be a defensive football game. The reason why a lot of people are saying, and my brother here, Evan Posner, was saying, I'm not afraid of Jimmy G. Whatever. And it wasn't about Jim. You said it during the bandwagon, but hold on, let me just get my point. What I was saying was this was the top 3 offense versus the number 1 defense, okay, in the NFL. Defense wins championships. Now, yes, I get the point. Tua didn't have his best game. That's fair. And I get it. There was a lot of missed opportunities, but there were a lot of drop balls. Refs sucked, all that, whatnot. But the Dolphins were too far into themselves. This was a game where it's a reality check. It's a time for growth, okay? Because, yes, you won against the Lions, the Bears, these other teams that are not top 10 in defense. Now damn, Tyreek and Waddle aren't the only way we can win football games. We got to rely on the run game. And guess what? Justin's right. Terron Armstead is a lot more important to this offense than people want to give it credit for. Just like people don't see it's Tua's fault. Yeah. When the Dolphins win football games, all we hear is about Tua, which is great. He's been playing at a good level. But it also goes Armstead, who's really helping that offensive line, a bunch of young guns.
He's right.
Connor Williams is a natural left guard. He's playing center, and he's balling out. But today you could see, and I know you could say, it wasn't the offensive line that the reason why Tua was messing up, but I think it was a part of that too. He's overthinking. If he sees someone coming over here, he's going to freak out and go over here, and he's going to miss a guy. It's about growth. I don't think it's time to hit the panic button just yet. Okay. I think I'm more pissed off. What's that?
That guy's the man. That guy is with my kids. He is the man. He is the
Armstead,
hero.
100%.
Oh, that's cool.
Armstead, let me tell you something. Armstead proved today. So far, when he starts in games, he's undefeated this season.
That's right.
Okay.
We need him.
But
I want to make a point with you. I want to just make a very key point for all of you. The San Francisco 49ers did not beat the Miami Dolphins today.
No, the Dolphins beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Absolutely.
Hold on.
They did not. The Dolphins.
The Dolphins did beat the Dolphins. Turnovers, fumbles, etc. Interception,
open passes, drop balls.
Our defense lost. to a 7th string,
Oh, I was
Mr.
just getting ready to
Irrelevant,
talk about that.
third
Mr.
string
Irrelevant.
quarterback, a 7th round, Mr. Irrelevant, 3rd string quarterback.
He played well.
It's fact. Listen, first off, I want to say to fans like Ralph, look, I do not believe this means the Dolphins are pretenders. I know a lot of people are going to say that. I predicted they were going to lose this football game, not because I think the Dolphins suck. I just think that this was going to be a reality check, and that's fair. But
that's
now
fair, man.
I do believe this could be a Super Bowl preview. I really think this is this is like you said, Tua needs to grow.
Jimmy's out for
Dolphins
the
still
season.
need to grow as a football team.
The
49ers still takes the ball away and up. No, the
Bobby,
49ers, I'm not going to take the win away from the
Charger
49ers.
game next week.
No, but you know Jimmy G's out for the season, right?
True or false?
Real quick.
Say that, Rob. I'm
I
sorry.
said the Chargers game next week is a must win. True or false?
Yeah, absolutely. Must
100%.
win.
Yeah,
Must win.
And we're pretenders next week if we don't win. That's how.
Here, take this. Let me. I just want to say something real quick, especially the Dolphin gang that's in here, the 49ers fans that are in here. You may have won the battle, but we're gonna win the war. So we'll see you later. All right.
What did I just say? And I told you that yesterday. Did I?
You
not?
did. No, you did,
So
bro.
just remember. Just remember.
Anyway.
The 49ers are the real. Of course, now that you lost Jimmy G, which Evans just brought up.
It's over for you now, homie. You lost Jimmy G.
but still, no. That's another thing, Evan. I wanted to tell you because you were talking about how the Mike McDaniel, when Tua goes out, how the offense kind of changes. Even though that's to me it's Armstead. But when you put Skylar and Teddy, the offense changes because he hasn't built the offense around there. The 49ers lost Jimmy G, and they didn't lose a step.
Want to know why? Because Deebo Samuel.
Not yet.
Because Kyle Shanahan, I'll tell you this. If you notice how Deebo Samuel was being used in the backfield, you saw how Christian McCaffrey was being used. They have weapons that are also
Wingate's just having fun.
Can be used in the backfield. He, like I said,
up, Dolphin?
Daniel is a first-year coach, as you've always pointed out, and he did not adjust to the fact that Tua wasn't playing well and tried to keep Tua. He wanted Tua to get out of his own way, but the problem is he kept on going back to Tua. He should have seen in the first half.
Justin said, "Run the football."
Run the damn ball.
I actually had a point. You know, actually had a point.
Run it.
Tua only played decent in the first and the fourth quarter. That's the only time he ever scored. I think it was the direction of the field.
First play of the first quarter. First play of the first, which I think was I think it was showed you what they wanted to do.
Because after Purdy threw the interception, Shanahan knew you cannot throw the ball deep. Make simple dink and dunks.
Yep.
Give the ball to Samuel. Give the ball to McCaffrey.
So would you say that McDaniel was out coached?
Yes.
I think McDaniel believed in his defense, but I believed in Tua a little too much today and kept on going back to the wheel when he shouldn't have. He had to adjust what he had, but because they were falling behind, he couldn't.
Yeah, listen.
I don't want to hear about 7th-rounders because I don't want to hear about Skylar Thompson being anything. I'll eat crow on this one. And people say Teddy Bridgewater's trash and 7th-rounders. It doesn't matter where you're picked. A quarterback is a quarterback. Tom Brady was a 7th-rounder. I don't want to hear this nonsense. It's about the system and how you build around that.
True.
Player.
Hey, I'll tell you what though. In like 4 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, I think Brock Purdy ain't gonna be so pretty.
No.
It don't matter. He was Purdy tonight.
We're not playing him, so who cares?
You know what makes me happy? You know what makes me happy?
Yeah. They want to hang their hat on the 7th rounder, Mr.
Me.
Irrelevant. You go ahead, but that very rarely works out.
You want to know what? The Dolphins are not in a terrible spot because there's lots of stars that are on this team. You want to know what? I'll tell you this right now. If you look at the games that happened today, there were a lot of breakdowns. The Jets lost. The Patriots lost. The Chiefs
Josh,
lost.
maybe if they would have caught like 4 of the passes of the 8 that were dropped.
Cincinnati has beaten the Chiefs 3 games in a row. You don't think they have their number? Zach Taylor isn't a better coach than Andy Reid. Things happen on any given Sunday, right?
That's true.
The Ravens did not deserve to win that football game. Somehow they creeped it out.
They walked into the back of that.
Do you know that who wants Deshaun Watson now? They scored 27 points. They were all scored on defense.
Yep.
Deshaun Watson was the most pathetic quarterback in the league this year.
He looked real rusty.
Tom Brady today. I'm trying to say, and Justin Herbert, I'm not worried about the Chiefs. They lost to the Raiders today.
On to the Chargers.
Absolutely. Turn the page.
I'm a big Tua fan, right? You know this. I'm a part of Tua Non. My only concern right now with Tua, and why this is kind of good. The only good thing I'm taking out of this game today is that he knows he effed up. He knows he's to blame. He knows what's coming up next week, and it's going to be all negative hate. The Dolphins stink. The Dolphins are pretenders, and that you want to know, he's going to take it on the chin because he listens, and he'll come out next week. The problem is that it's going against Herbert, who people have been comparing him against, and it's going to be under the bright lights.
Sunday night
He needs
football.
to step up. If he doesn't step up next week, we're having a post game show next Sunday because Tua.
We have one
has
every
no more-
Sunday.
No,
Yeah,
that
but
was
that's night. Bobby's
And
gonna
It's a
Travis,
late
can I
night
just say,
game.
first off, let me just,
It's
because
late, no,
Travis is
a
there,
late night
Travis
game because
Nitzberg. Hold on, let me just say something very quick, and then I'll let Rob come on or follow up. Travis, man, thank you for tuning in. Everyone tuning in, whether you're watching
Yeah,
Twitter,
thank you.
I'm
Facebook,
on the
YouTube.
bandwagon.
Smash that like and subscribe button. Travis,
Hit it.
you're always free to come on. If you're interested in coming on, talking Dolphins, talking football, whatever, hit me up. Hit any of these guys up on
Yep.
Twitter. We'll be glad. They'll let me know. We'll get you on here. You can join us on the post-game show next week, etc., or any of the shows this week.
Can I
Yeah.
tell you one
Split
thing?
Films, man. Thank you for tuning in.
Can I just say one thing? Two. I told you, and everyone heard it, and I guess Dolphin Thirsty will back me up on this one. To
Split.
go on the bandwagon. Who did I say would not miss another extra point or field goal?
yes.
And 2 for 2.
Jason, yes, he
Andrews is
did.
back, baby.
Yeah.
There's your.
Yeah, he
There's
hit
your.
that one
There's your
right down the
positive.
middle, and he did hit that one.
He
right
was
down the
he
middle.
was money the last 2 games.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to say this real quick though, man. We had every opportunity to win that game.
Yeah.
So
We
if
did.
you don't think that we had a chance to win the game, then you watch a different game. We had every damn opportunity to win the game. You don't complete a third downs. You're 0-7. You turn the ball over 4 times. I don't even know how you're in the damn game when you turn the ball over 4 times. All right? You don't run the ball. You ran 8 times. 8. Ain't winning you nothing. You turned it over 4 times. Again, I'm going to say it 4 times, but you were into the game somehow. You didn't have your left tackle. The game was lost before we even got off the bus because you didn't bring
You
your
know
left
who I
tackle to
blame?
the game.
You know who I blame? I blame Xavier Howard. What's he catching?
I
an
don't
interception
bring-
on the 4th
no.
down. Knock
I-
the ball down.
I know, but
It's
He gave up
it's a
30
great
yards.
play.
there you go. That the guy was going to go over his
Oh.
back and catch it, so I understand.
So-
It's a total team loss all the way
So,
around. You can't blame anybody.
Okay, so let me
And
ask
where
you.
was
Let
Duke
me,
Riley on that play with McCaffrey? Was he like? Did he trip on his own 2 feet? What was he doing there?
let me ask you guys this.
I don't
Hold on.
know.
So right now, Dolphin fans,
Are
we
nuts.
should not hit the
We're the
panic
worst.
button.
We're
We're
the
not going to hit
worst.
the panic
No.
button, right?
That's
Okay,
a
but
non-conference loss.
but if they lose next week against the Chargers, Sunday Night Football, is it
panic
time to hit
button.
it?
Panic.
Okay,
No.
that's
Panic
no.
button time.
no.
No.
Justin,
They lost.
No.
They lost.
No.
They lost to
I'll
the
tell you
Raiders.
why if you let me explain myself.
Go ahead.
Because going into this 3-game road trip, we talked about how we needed to at least win 1 game out of the 3. If we
I
can
said
win
it.
one of the
They're not
2
going into
games,
Buffalo
we go
and
1
winning
and
if
2.
can't beat the
You don't
Chargers.
know that, dude. You don't
I
know.
don't
This
know
is
if
any
I have
given
a
Sunday. I know, but dude, anything could happen. We could
You
win
really
that
want to
game.
go into Buffalo?
Still could.
Have you been to
I didn't say I
Buffalo?
wanted to. I just said it could happen.
At
Don't
night?
say
Have you been
that
to
it's
Buffalo
over.
at night?
I think we're the
They
better
get
team
flexed.
than the Chargers. I can't say that for sure against
I think we
Buffalo.
could win versus the
I know we're the
Chargers. I'm
better
not
team
going to
than the
sweat it.
Chargers, so
But
we
it's not
should-
No,
over
I
if we
think I'm
lose.
not. I'm more again going into this 3-game stretch. And if you follow the shows, all 3 of you guys do. I know you watch all the shows, but if you watch the shows, I said it was the Niners and Buffalo in this stretch that I'm concerned with. Not the Chargers. Now that I'm not sleeping on the Chargers. You guys know I respect the Chargers. You know what I feel about Herbert, but I think the Dolphins
We're not out of
could
the playoffs
respond
next
back.
week. What's he talking about?
Say what?
We're not out of the
He said
playoffs
if
next
we
week.
lose
lose
next
again
week.
No, we
He's
don't.
saying-
No, we're not.
I don't know.
That's
What's up,
not
Cap for
true.
Life? What's up, brother?
Cap,
true
my
at
boy
all.
Cap.
That's not true.
Yeah,
I don't think that's
Jets are going to
true.
lose again.
I don't think he's talking from a mathematical. He's probably talking about mentally. We're going to be like,
No, I don't believe that. I really don't, man. I think anything can happen. I think we're taking this loss too damn hard.
Wingate,
I'm not taking
Wingate
it.
I'm not
says,
taking it
over
Wingate,
the
Josh
Chargers.
Wingate,
I'm
hold
not
on,
taking
hold
it.
on, hold on.
Good. I'm
Josh
glad you're on to the
Wingate
next
says,
page.
host of Beer and Sports, which is tomorrow. They've moved from Tuesday to Monday night.
Ooh, Monday night.
But he said, yeah, very cool. He says Miami would be most games if Tua protects football, which he has this year.
That's
Just
right.
today, and again, this is my thing. Tua has done everything I have asked. I'm not blind. I'm not, Evan got frustrated with me. Hold on. Evan got frustrated with me, but he knows I had expectations. Consistency, don't cost us football games, but also growth with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle with McDaniel. He has shown that. And guess what? He hasn't been turning over the ball. He hasn't been costing football games. Today is a different story. I want to say cost the game because I put a lot of blame on the defense as well. Defense let a 7th-round quarterback beat them. But that's my opinion, Evan. I didn't shake my head at you. I just nodded and looked. Relax your face. But I will say, Tua is allowed to have a bad game. He's been having a pretty damn good season so far.
Any quarterback that's ever
This is a
played.
growth experience. Now, if he comes out and throws 2 interceptions or a pick to lose again next week, then we're going to get back on this whole conversation. But he's allowed to have a bad game. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Justin.
real quick. I mean, this is a team sport. We win and we lose as a football team. And I'll be honest with you right now, I'm making no excuses for Tua. He didn't have the greatest game. No. But I can only really account for one of those interceptions that's on Tua. Okay? And even the fumble where he fumbled it and got hit, maybe your offensive line should block for the damn guy and not let him get twisted into a pretzel and guys get his hands on him. That's not on Tua either. I'm sorry. I'm not going to take the fumble. I'll give you one of the interceptions.
Well,
that
you know what?
threw.
No, that's also okay. Again, I talked about Bosa a lot yesterday, and I was kind of shunned. It's stats. First of all, Bosa has the most quarterback hits in the NFL. Leads the league with 30. It's now 34 or whatever the hell it is because he balled out today.
Didn't have a good plan for him.
We knew. We said, hey, the only
had a long day.
We assumed. Dolphin fans assumed that McDaniel and company were going to scheme to defend against him. They didn't. There was a lot of times that you saw the tight end try to block him, and they just let him run by, and he smashed through that fumble in the arm. It's just a lot of this. It's a growing pain, and it's on McDaniel. It's on the defense, and yes, it's on Tua. Interception is an interception. If it was Trent Sherfield's touchdown, that was Sherfield, man. Sherfield did a great job.
Of course,
making a 10-yard catch to a 75. But in the end of the day, my point, Justin, is at the end after the game, 2 weeks from now, brother. When they look at those stats, you and I are different. A lot now the guys is as well. But you and I are different. We know because we watch that. What Sherfield did. But people look and go, "Oh, that's a touchdown." Really, that's a Trent touchdown. Same thing with INTs.
It's all Trent.
They're not going to look and go, "Oh, that's a Hill touchdown," like Chris is saying. They go 2 through 4, 3 interceptions, 2 interceptions. It's what it is. The fact is, you grow from that, and hopefully the Dolphins do when you face a top #1 defense in the NFL. It's okay, people. We're fine. We're 8-4.
Would you say the play where Wilson was fumbled Wilson was falling down and Tua was already throwing the football? Is that on Tua in your opinion?
Say that again.
Where Wilson was falling down and he threw the play and he threw the Wilson's already fallen down and out of his route and Tua's already got the ball out of his hand. Is that interception on Tua?
I think I know which one you're talking about. If he's fallen, no, I have to go back and look at it.
He fell on the play,
and
the ball's already coming out of his hand.
The fact of the matter is, listen, it doesn't matter if it's on Tua or not. It's on
the
Dolphins.
It's a team sport.
It is a team sport, but if the Dolphins win today and Tua throws 4 interceptions with Trent Field 10 yards, 75-yard touchdown, or Tyreek 10 yards, 25, we're going to say Tua threw 4 touchdowns. We're not going to mention the other shit. But if Tua throws an interception, we're going to make an excuse. Interception is an interception. Turnover is a turnover. It's a team sport, but a turnover is a turnover.
Yeah.
What's up, B-Rob?
What's that? B-Rob. Another Rob. What? So next week,
Tua lost to Mr. Irrelevant. Let's not overthink it. Tua, B-Rob says Tua played really, really bad and defense was cut to pieces by a third
That's a terrible take, Cap.
True, awful take.
I think you take the interceptions away. Tua still look bad. Okay. Why, Evan? Why is it a bad take from Cap?
Because Purdy did not witness this. Purdy was a game manager in that game. He utilized McCaffrey. He utilized Samuel. He utilized Jennings, and he utilized the key players that were there.
Okay.
Tua had plenty of time today. Purdy did not beat us. The San Francisco 49ers did not beat us. The thing about this tape, when they're going to go watch it, is that the Miami Dolphins easily had 35, 40 points on the Wilson throw. Tyreek Hill cannot jump 7 feet. The Gesicki throw to continue the drive. And the offensive line breaking on the last fumble. All the other things, the Miami Dolphins, remember, we were allowed to
Josh Wingate, your takes are terrible.
Lost the football game. For me, what the Dolphins have to do this week, which is the eye test for me, is McDaniel, who was at one point, I was laughing when he thought that he was convinced and he got all pissed off at the ref and was looking at the ref that the fact that the Gesicki, 100% that was a drop, it was awful ball placement on Tua. It was awful, awful ball placement. They had a bad day. Too bad. They actually stayed in the football game for most of it, all things considered. Brock Purdy didn't win them the football game. Miami Dolphins,
not at all. Not at all.
Because if he won them a football game, they should have destroyed
You know what? I think Dolphins fans, you guys expect too damn much from this team. You guys expect them to be
not
perfect.
An elite defense.
No. So I'm about to go off, dog. Seriously. Like, I'm so sick of this shit. Like, Tua, what do you want them to do? Throw the ball up and run and catch it and fuck himself? Because that's about what I'm hearing from you guys right now. Everybody in the comments, all this crap. You guys have lost your damn mind. Honestly, to think this, it's like you're blown it out of proportion. Like Cap said, we are overthinking this, but at the same time, this is a team sport, bro. Team. Tua this, Tua be bad, take all this away. The dude was lighting up the league before this game, bro. Then we didn't come in with our left tackle. So now you're going to hold this game against him because he throws the couple turnovers. One, which if the damn line would have blocked for him. Two, if the dude didn't have the damn thing. Come on, bro. One of those interceptions was definitely not on him. If dude didn't trip in the middle of the field and then lose his balance out, it wouldn't even be a turnover.
Well, this is why I never play one guy. Like you said a few times, it's a team game, and the whole Dolphin team.
Someone who said that stuff ain't never strapped up a helmet a day in his life, homie.
Like, it's a whole team game, so you can blame Tua, but you can't give Tua great credit when he wins either.
Don't need credit. We lost. Of course.
Right.
You don't need credit for that.
No, I'm just saying that's the whole thing. It's a team game. It's never on one guy when you lose, and it's never.
Well, it is if you're the Dolphins and you're Tua Tagovailoa. It's on you when we lose.
Let's stop for a second.
No, it is.
Hold on. Bullshit. Because
when
we win football
right.
games, when we win football games, all I hear is Tua. You just said, not you.
Teron Armstead.
Evan.
I said Teron Armstead.
I said Teron Armstead.
I've been talking about Teron Armstead.
I don't put the loss on Tua. I don't put the loss on Tua. But if people are going to praise Tua every time we win, hold on. Let me make my point. If we're going to praise Tua every time we win, it starts and ends with the quarterback. I think it's a team game. But the fact of the matter is, we just said, Evan just stated, it wasn't Brock Purdy who beat the Dolphins defense. He utilized Deebo Samuel. He utilized this guy, Ayuk, all this whatnot. Tua's been doing that the same way with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and company. I don't take anything away from Purdy. He did a damn good job because we'd be saying if it was the reverse and Tua was in Purdy's position, we'd be saying, Tua, man, he got 2 touchdowns and interception. Look what he did. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, if fans do that, if you're going to do that, come with that same energy when you lose the game with 2 interceptions. It goes both ways. It is a team game, and that's absolutely 100,000% fair. And that's what's wrong with fans. You're absolutely right. I agree with you, and I've been saying this all damn year. Fans are spoiled.
Spoiled.
Right away, they put everybody on a pedestal, and then when the team loses, it's this guy's fault.
It's over.
We put this guy on a pedestal, and then we rip him down. Let the guy grow. Let the team grow. I understand where you're coming from, but it's the same way, brother. It goes both ways.
Yeah, man. But dog, let's see what Purdy. I want to see what Brock Purdy does next week. Who they play next week?
I don't give a shit.
I don't either. That's right. You're my co-host tomorrow, but I don't care about what he does next week.
I do.
Really care about my Dolphins.
Y'all want to talk about how good he is?
I don't care. They're not playing.
The reality of this
team is
I want to know how
well. Justin Herbert does next week and Tua does.
That's right. I care about what Tua does. I don't care about Purdy anymore. We'll be lucky
for Tua to play in the game.
Well, now you're going down, man. Now you're going down that. We heard you.
That's what happens. You get all these dudes in here with these bad takes, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is unacceptable.
Made a very great point. No, Bobby made a very great point that he said before.
We lost to an NFC team, dude. It's acceptable. You want to lose to the Chargers?
No.
Frozen in time.
The Niners.
There he goes. But
go ahead, Evan.
He's back.
I knew this was going to happen.
Okay. For me, all I want to say, really simply put, is the defense for me. We have to realize this after how many games? We're now 8-4, which is a pretty good record, all things considered. The defense is not elite.
We suck, bro.
Okay, let's get it over here. This is an offensive juggernaut that did not have what it needed today. What's so funny?
Justin, man, I love Justin. Man.
I'm just messing around.
We're 8-4. He goes, we suck.
That's how everybody feels. Though. Look, we'll get on Twitter. You're gonna get some shit.
Hey, it's raw emotion, baby. It's raw emotion.
I know.
That's us. Baby.
I am not a Josh Boyer fan. Okay, I've never been a Josh Boyer fan. But the defense today couldn't get to the quarterback even when they blitzed. They got a lot of pressure, but they couldn't get there. They left a lot of the defenders like Eric Rowe, who basically is supposed to protect tight ends, the players who don't belong in coverage. We're playing, like I've always said, a guy with 2 bad groins, a Kader Kohu, Keon Crossan, Eric Rowe, and we're not playing our stars. And all I'm saying is that this is not an elite defense. This defense is a bend not break defense. And when the offense does not counterpunch, what happens with the other team? The defense can't sustain itself. They need the support of the offense. That happened today with Kansas City. Kansas City, the defense couldn't hold in the end, couldn't hold back the Bengals, and the offense didn't end up counterpunching and winning the game. This is a team that's going to win on its offense, and when it doesn't win on its offense, ridiculous. That's what's going to happen. Well, all I've said is that McDaniel made a very key point at the beginning when he loses. For me, I want to be measured on how I face with adversity. So today, Tua did everything he could to try to win you a football game, and he tried too hard. Now it's McDaniel's job to get Tua back in the frame of mind that next it was just another football game.
Yep.
And then I'm going to build this team around you next week because you're going against a guy. You don't think Tua knows who he's going against next week? He darn well knows who he's going against next week.
You just said
I'm not worried about the defense.
Right.
I'm not worried about their defense. I don't care about the Chargers defense.
Sorry, will you bring up his last comment, Dolphineers' last comment? Like, not that one, the other one. Real quick, because I think he's definitely was onto something. I agree. Y'all blame McDaniel, the defense, and the O-line did very good considering not having 2 starting players. If Tua didn't turn the ball over, we win. I agree with Dolphineer right here. In fact, I said this. Hold on, real quick. I said this even before going in. We didn't even have our left tackle, dog. We had all of this. I agree with Dolphineer right here. We did all of this without Teron Armstead. Okay, I agree with what he said right there. If we don't turn the ball over there, I think we win.
I
just agree with our comment. Our guest.
Hold on, Justin, I'm sorry. I never do this. Hold on. Go ahead, Evan. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
There's 2 reasons. Bobby always says, and I agree, if you don't win the turnover battle, you're likely going to lose the game.
Yeah,
the one thing that we're not pointing out, you took away my stat at the beginning of the game about being 0-7. 8 penalties for 68 yards. When Robert Hunt, when Trent Sherfield taking an offside penalty, when Robert Hunt taking a stupid penalty, when
those are shitty calls.
That was a bad call.
Some of those calls were such crap.
But
Come on,
we still took 8 penalties today for 70 yards.
That's his home cooking, dude.
No,
that's fair. That's fair.
It doesn't matter. Trent Sherfield, I don't care. Penalty. Stop blaming the zebras.
I'm not. I'm just trying to tell you.
Don't be put in a position. Don't be in a position to get those penalties. For 3-4 games, they weren't taking any penalties. Today was a comedy of errors from Tua overthrowing players to players dropping it to penalties to turnovers. It was a comedy of errors, and now it's up to Mike McDaniel to rejig this team. Tell them to take 2 days off, go to the beach in LA, relax, and go and be ready for Sunday Night Football. Because I'm telling you this right now, I will put it on here.
Absolutely.
If they lose against the Chargers on Sunday,
Josh is right.
They are going to lose 3 in a row. They are not going to. They need the momentum.
Don't
beating
say
the Chargers
that.
to go into Buffalo. They are not. They're going to be flexed again, and they're going to be facing Sunday night.
Yeah. Dial up the National Guard.
Sunday or Saturday night. They're going to be flexed Saturday or Sunday night.
Hello.
Against the Bills.
Hi. I want to report your kidnapping. Evan Costner, host of the bandwagon. He is going ultra red alert. Something's happened. He said 3 losses in a row. We need help. Evan Costner, he's in Canada.
This is great.
What do you mean? He's in Canada. You got to help him.
Send the Canadian police aid.
Son of a... All right.
Canada.
Canada. Because you know what's going to happen next Monday. Tua better be prepared.
I'm just your guest tonight. That's all.
Think about this.
He's having a blast. I could tell.
If you think the talking heads are going to have plenty to say tomorrow,
no, you wait till tomorrow.
Imagine what Brett Lagasse and Bobby Melendez and all the talking heads are going to say Monday morning, next Monday, on the post game show. If Herbert schools Tua tomorrow on there, it's going to be one notch. Let me just, I'm just saying, not you, Bobby, but the talking heads. I believe in Tua, but Tua needs to realize that people ripped him with his concussion. He came back and balled. He needs to take this as a lesson, and I'm proud of him. He went in behind. He's no freaking Zach Wilson. He took it on the chin, and he said, "This was I was the key reason why I lost."
Steve,
proud of you, Tua. Show the fact, because also I think I blame partly Mike McDaniel on this because, and you know how hard I'm on McDaniel, because McDaniel should have seen Tua was struggling.
Started running the ball.
Start running the ball, start throwing some quick screens, stop throwing the ball downfield, because you know what's interesting? What did you say before, Bobby? Who got the first touchdown? Was it Tua or was it Sherfield?
Sherfield.
Throw a slant to Tyreek Hill and let him try to run the ball.
Yeah, but Tyreek Hill got all the targets today, basically, dude. You got to spread the ball around, dog.
He went to his safety net. And I want to say something very quick. And then I want to let Rob get in because Rob's been very quiet. I know he's been smiling. He's been having a blast, but I want him to get in. But let me just say this very quick. That Sherfield touchdown, I think that kind of opened up to show what Miami – no, you're good, brother. I think that showed what Miami's game plan was. Quick, get the ball out quick. And it just blew up. And I think the Niners, being the Niners defense, DeMeco Ryans.
DeMeco Ryans.
has done one hell of a job with that defense. You got to give him credit.
He's going to get a head coaching job somewhere.
And they shut that part down because
job.
I think that was Miami's game plan right there. So go ahead, Rob. What you have any responses to what you've been hearing?
No, I just don't know what Justin's going to show up tomorrow, because last week on your guys' show, I was watching him as I was just sitting there in chat, and he was like, I thought the Dolphins had lost to the Texans by after listening. And then he shows up the next day saying, I was overblowing and I'm in a good mood. So tomorrow, I don't know. Now he's like so up. He's going to be down tomorrow when he wakes up. Like, oh, my God, we're doomed. So I don't know. I don't know, Justin, as my co-host tomorrow morning, how you're going to be at 10 a.m. Which Justin's going to show up. But like I said, Bill Belichick made famous years ago after an ugly loss, and they kept on asking him, and he just kept on saying, on to the Bengals. No matter what they asked him, he said, on to the Bengals, on to the Bengals. And that's how I feel. On to the Chargers, because no matter how you cut it there, Bobby, and your little toy, there's no making that game good. There's no.
Okay, I'll put it to you this way, Mike McDaniel.
Who you want to blame? I don't care. It doesn't matter. We lost as a team.
Okay,
I agree with that.
McDaniel. If Josh McDaniels can beat Brandon Staley in the Chargers, Mike McDaniel better be able to beat the Chargers. I can put it to you that way.
I hate to say it, and I've said it a few times. It's a must-win next week. It's a national TV.
But the only fear, like I said, this is a team of streaks. This is a team of streaks, and they better break this streak at one.
Yeah, because I mean, it doesn't.
Oh,
get
I blame Henry
right there. Look at that.
Carpenter.
Whoa. Josh Wingate, that's the best take I've ever read from you right there, bud. Right there. I'm not lying, dude. Read the take, dude. This is a great
did. That's
take.
why I put it up. I love it. If Tua balls out and we beat the Chargers, we will forget about this game. That's true.
I won't.
I know.
I will.
I love that Josh Wingate take.
Move on, Evan.
I'll be to your show tomorrow now just because of that take right there, Josh.
Yeah, man. Anyway, listen. I think, I know you just brought up the Herbert game. Again, I'm worried about Tua, and Tua has been playing very well this season. Obviously, MVP caliber these last few weeks, except for today's game. He's okay to have a bad game, which you can count it as this one. It's growth. If he continues it to next week, then that's a consistency issue, and that's a problem. He's owed that. Don't take my stick.
I need to talk to the National Guard here. Is Bobby coming along all of a sudden?
Listen, no, I just say he's owed. He could have a bad game. If Dolphin fans are ready to jump off the ship after what he showed this season, then that's on them. Okay, but so far now, if it's a consistency thing, where next week he falters and then gets Buffalo, throws an interception, then we can have a conversation. But right now, he can have a bad game. It's okay, whatever. So it's about growth. Dolphins, we're not ready to hit the panic button just yet. You're watching the post-game show on the FTSN Sports Network with Evan Posner, host of the Fids Bandwagon. You got Justin, JPF Scout of Digging in the Trenches, and of course, Rob of Dolphins.
Best gear in the world, buddy.
But he is here live, host of Real Talk Fits with Steve Malloy. If you're thirsty for Dolphins content, go to DolphinsThirsty.com. I will say this: if you haven't yet, smash that like and subscribe button to the FTSN Sports Network. After 500 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway for either Jalen Waddle or Javon Holland football jersey. Pretty damn cool. And of course, we start Monday, and I don't have I had papers here with all the shows, but I know Monday night we have moved the Beer and Sports podcast to Monday night.
Talk Overtime has been canceled, right?
No, maybe rearrange. I can only do so much. I'm doing 1,000 things at once. Man, we got big things at the network that I'm trying to run and do a bunch of stuff and all that. Whatever.
But you're doing a great job, Bobby.
Yeah, you're doing great, Bobby.
Thank you, guys. Trevor Harris is going to be the guest tomorrow.
Can I come on the show, Wingate? I'm an Owls guy. You know that.
Well, I was excited when I saw that they were bringing him on for you. Tell them who they are. Since Josh can't be here, tell them who Trevor Harris is for people who don't know. Yes, you.
Trevor Harris is the starting quarterback for this football league that you guys may not know much about, the Canadian Football League back up north. We actually have football in a league of 9 teams, and Trevor Harris is the starting quarterback for my home team, the Montreal Alouettes.
The Alouettes quarterback. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
It's so very cool. He's gonna be a guest tomorrow on Beer and Sports. They are redoing their show. They're gonna broad more different topics. They got even a paranormal expert coming on later on sometime this week. It's gonna be exciting.
Oh my God, I got a raging clue.
What in the hell? Anyway, and then Tuesday night, of course, you got
Justin, make sure you get sleep tonight before you show up to the show tomorrow.
There you go.
A little nuts on me.
Hey, it's gonna be fun. On Tuesday night, of course, it starts it off at 7:30 Eastern time with Steve Malloy and Rob of DolphinThirsty.com, Real Talk Miami Fins Talk, Real Talk Fins Talk. And then of course you got the bandwagon led by Evan Postner, who's gonna keep a positive smile on his face. I pray to God he will, with Fish Tank Hank, who
he's the
told me I would be eating
big bro,
but I
Hank. Way to go,
wasn't.
Hank.
Yeah,
Hank.
You're on to watch your show Tuesday night.
When's
Evan, if you promise to have bandwagon feel this week, I want
bandwagon.
I do have bandwagon feel.
No, last week you kind of timed out a little bit.
I
Even
know,
after a
yeah,
win,
I saw you in the comments saying that first.
Evan, let's talk.
Oh, dude, don't stunt his growth. That's growth for Evan.
That is growth. I gotta get another. Today was major growth. Like
supposed to be Homer.
My blood pressure did not go up one time. I'm proud of Evan.
I didn't move the line.
I'm a little scared.
I didn't move the line.
You did it. You did it. Your buddy on the under you tried to do it.
I don't know what.
But you're moving the goalpost.
I don't know what Hank's going to say. Fish Tank Hank after his prediction was almost what the Dolphins lost by because he had some big 30-something to something score. I forget, but
that's pretty cool, Wingate. He says I've known Trevor Harris since his college years. We only have him for a little while. I'll get him on the show for you so you can have plenty of time with him. That's awesome.
Badass.
I want to give you guys a good perspective.
That's sweet.
And if you go look at the end of the game, we all watch this. I want to maybe bring people back down to earth a little bit. At the end of the game, there was pictures with Hufanga and Tua switching jerseys. At the end of the game, the players, they shake hands, they move on. To them,
that's right.
It's just a football game.
I know.
To the Dolphin fans who are this bipolar, get over yourselves. It's just a football game.
That's it.
And if you trust me, if someone said to you at the beginning of the year, most of you put an 9-8
You're
record.
still in the Dr. Pepper college commercial. It's just a football game. Yeah, that's it. You're out of here.
Any given Sunday, there are a lot of teams right now who wish they were 8-4 and not 4-8.
I agree with you.
And you want to know what? They're allowed to have a bad football game.
They
and
are.
Like Justin said, and like Rob said, you're going to lose a football game, lose it out of conference. Don't lose it in conference.
That's right.
Justin, don't let me say San Diego tomorrow. I'm liable to say
I say San Diego all the time. I'm always going to say San Diego.
When I
Los Angeles,
I do fine, but then saying
Can I ask you guys?
Want to say San Diego.
Who here, without even blinking, would still go take Deshaun Watson over Tua?
Not me.
Honestly, he was awful. People allowed to have bad games. Herbert did not have a good game today. Mahomes wasn't on his money today. Everyone had a rough
What
game.
happened to the – I didn't even know the Chargers played it. When it's a 4 o'clock, I'm only one of
they lost to the Raiders.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think it's safe to say that the whole team actually didn't have a very good game. That they, maybe were off a little bit. Not just Tua,
like I said in my opening, and Evan kind of took. I think a lot of it was all the 49ers connection. I think it was kind of in the Dolphins. They all tried too hard to show for their old guys, and I just think it was just a lot of mental.
Got off to a really good start.
Oh no, I should have left right then and gone out for the day.
Well, listen, we're coming up about on the hour here. Go ahead, Evan.
If you guys want to take perspective and pause, if you have a moment after the show, go look up Brett Lagasse's tweet where he's even keel. Oh, we're 8-4. If Brett Lagasse can see perspective on the fact that the Dolphins are allowed to have a bad game and that he's not worried and we're still in good shape, all is right with the world.
Yeah, you guys should be excited about that.
So kumbaya, everyone. If Brett Lagasse is not throwing Chris Greer off the bus today, then none of us should be off the bus.
Do you know what? If we lose next week, you guys.
Oh, no, it's gonna be a long.
Bobby, you're not gonna know what to do with me now. I'm Mr. Realistic.
All hell's gonna fall out.
I almost wish the Chargers had won today.
Let me just say this because we're on the hour and I want to get everybody's plug in there. We talked about Tuesday night, which is very exciting. Justin just falls off; he'll come back in. But Wednesday night, You have, of course, Fast Break, NBA, Alex Teixeira with Miami Clutch. I'm gonna hold it. And then, of course, you got No Holds Barred if you're a wrestling fan, AEW, WWE Talk. Thursday, we have Bottoms Up, Fins Up with Mike the Hebrew Hammer Brown.
Lewis.
And his pops, Lewis.
Lewis, my boy.
Of course, yeah. And then Saturday, of course, Fins Talk today.
No huddle up and wait.
And then I'll say it's on sabbatical for right now. They're trying to figure that one out. But anyway, again, I'm doing 1,000 things at once. So nobody understands. And then, of course, digging in the trenches. I know you do, brother. Digging in the trenches at 2:00 Eastern with Justin and former Houston Oiler, Dr. Reggie Brown. Damn good show. They had a great guest this Saturday with Tito.
Oh, Tito was great.
I loved it. And of course, they popped. Poor Justin falls off. So there was like,
I know.
By himself, and he goes, "All right, that's it, thanks, guys." And he left. I'm like, "Oh crap!" I was like, so I had to pop my head. But I'll say this: it's not on the network. But if you guys love the Miami Dolphins, go to Dolphins Thirsty on YouTube page. Check out the Dolphins Daily every day in the morning. I think it's 10:00 in the morning, right, Eastern?
Yeah.
With Rob and
Eastern
Justin,
Standard Time.
They're talking Dolphins every day in the morning. It is awesome content. Again, at DolphinsThirsty.com. If you're thirsty for Dolphins content, go to DolphinsThirsty.com. I did that. I wrote that by myself.
Yeah, that was great. That's a great plug. I like
it.
I'm a little full.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think we're all are right now.
Today, I'm a little full.
Yeah, I think we all are right now.
Rob, any final thoughts, brother, before we call it a night?
No, like I said, on to the Chargers. That's just it. On to the Chargers.
Fair enough.
That's going to be the mentality for Justin and I all week. On to
yes,
the Chargers.
Sir. That's right.
Justin?
Yeah, I have a final thought. Catch the damn football. Don't turn it over. Take care of it. And guess what? They may have won the battle, but we're going to win the war. Let's go. He who laughs last best. We're good, man. We're 8-4. Thought I told you guys we've been 8-4 at the beginning of the season.
Of course.
In fact, we
jumped on it.
You jumped on that. And then I had my preseason predictions. I didn't have this as a win. I had this as a loss. So it's okay. We're good. We didn't lose to an AFC team. Let's move on to the next game. Let's get over this loss. Fins up.
San Francisco is known for Ghirardelli chocolates, not Purdy chocolates, which is actually another chocolate brand. I hope you guys all know that. We did not. This is, for me, I'm much happier that we lost this football game, not that the San Francisco 49ers beat us. Because if the San Francisco 49ers beat us, I don't think that we'd have as much motivation for next Sunday. Next Sunday, we're flexed. We're playing in the bright lights.
What's on?
If we want to shut up the critics, go into LA, win that football game, and have momentum going into the week after facing the Bills. This was a bad loss.
Delusional in years.
You don't know us too well then, Michael Jordan.
You don't know us that well, man.
You don't know me too well, man, if you haven't been watching. But like and subscribe, you might find out.
All I can say is I
enjoyed in there, Michael.
There was more structure to my 7-year-old's hockey game today than there was in the Miami Dolphins overall play. And they just need to learn that they were not prepared for this football game. On the grand scheme, they didn't adjust. Jeff Wilson, Raheem Mostert did not get the ball. You're not going to win when you have 8 running plays, and San Francisco has 34. No matter what, even if it doesn't work, we now realize that right now that in any sport, there's a famous movie called The Blind Side. Without a left tackle, you're not going to get anywhere. And without your superstar left tackle, who you went to spend money to get, you're not going to win football games. So hopefully Teron Armstead is resting up. He's ready to go next Sunday. We will ball, and everything will be right with the world. It's 9:29. We haven't been at the hour yet.
Final thoughts.
Everyone's fine. Final thoughts? Armstead better be back next Sunday, and Tua better enjoy a relaxing week off where him and McDaniel better figure out a way to go into because next week we're not facing the same team. This is a lesser team that's 6-6. It's a division game. Do not play down to your competition. Go into Sunday night and win the effing football game.
Run the football.
All right. Well, as Rob from Dolphins Thirsty has said, on to the Chargers, guys. Thank you all for tuning in, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. This is the post game show on the Fins Talk Sports Network. If you actually watch the damn channel and just tune in right now, you know we don't have a lot of 2-in-ears. I think that's why Evan gets annoyed at me so much. But we appreciate you watching. If you haven't yet, smash that like, subscribe button. And as always, most importantly, Fins up, everybody. We appreciate you.
He who laughs last best. Don't forget that. Stay positive. Stay
On to the
positive.
Chargers.
On to the Chargers.